Dun, 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 dun.
I had hoped Warner Brothers wasn't just going to leave us hanging with one trailer. I mean, that would have been fine. I loved the first trailer for this. Very mysterious, and still, complex to think about. I mean, we all remember The Matrix, right? Big sci-fi hit. It's been that for many years. Quite a legacy, too. But do we need to bring it back? That's the big question. I did think, I'm open to the concept because I saw that first film, or the first trailer, and it's pretty intriguing. In fact, I've gone and rewatched it several times. Not even necessarily all because of the trailer, but that music choice was fabulous. I just love that ending. It's so well edited in that regard. But then it's the big question. Do we need to go back? I'm excited, though, about the opportunity. Again, I love the world of The Matrix, and I cannot wait to have that experience in the theater for the first time. I didn't watch the original films. That would have been when I was a kid, like 6 or 7. Or, no, the first Matrix, I was 2 when that released. Yeah, I wouldn't have been back then. But, I never had that. But I love the films. And I'm really excited about this new one. How many people are coming back? I mean, not everybody, but most of the people. Carrie-Anne Moss, Keanu Reeves. Just get Hugo Weaving and Lawrence Fishburne back in here with maybe a new movie, and it'll be great. I anticipate probably sequel releases. And then, of course, all the new cast members as well. I'm just looking forward to this opportunity so much to see this world come back. Hopefully it does well. But let's give another couple minutes to a new trailer. What I'd hoped we'd get, maybe this will go more into the story, because the other trailer was very coy in certain elements. We're going to go ahead and watch this first, and we'll talk about it more in my condensed review segment. Fun is watching the video together. The first trailer, in some parts too, was light. It was good, but it was very much more about we're coming back into the world of the Matrix. And again, a very unusual trailer, but still has that Matrix feel. But maybe this will disclose a little more of the story. Without further ado, here we go.
We can't see it, but we're all trapped inside these strange repeating loops.
Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious.
It's still like going back. Yeah.
But
Retreating.
This is the moment.
Is he playing like a new Smith? Was that supposed to be the implication? Or maybe is it just like a memory?
I remember this.
Okay, here we go. We've set the scene up.
So deja vu. And yet it's obviously all wrong.
This is gonna be so much
This is
fun
the
to watch
story
this
we
on the
think it
screen.
is.
They taught you good.
It's so
Made
beautiful.
you believe their world was all you deserved. But some part of you knew that was a lie. Some part of you remembered what was real.
It's so easy to forget how much noise the Matrix pumps into your head. Something else makes the same kind of noise. War.
They definitely aged her up, so it's believably, it's beautiful. Believably set up in terms of the time frame. I forget how many years it's going on. They're really implying. You keep crisscrossing footage like that.
It's not his to make.
I wonder if that means Hugo Weaving can't be back.
She believed in me.
Because it'll just be a new version.
It's my turn to believe in her.
Or maybe he can. Maybe it's just like a rogue program copy
Part of me
somewhere.
feels like I have been waiting my whole life for you.
If you want to see Trinity again, fight for her!
I saw this in a dream.
Very soft conclusion.
My dream ended here.
I still know Kung Fu.
I appreciate more of the action sequences, and it was very. I think between the two trailers, though, that first music choice for they could have replicated it. I mean, you could have. It would have been unusual, but I'm like, that one's definitely the stronger of the two. I mean, this one's much more like in line of cinematic trailers and big movie studio. Yeah, obviously still remaining coy about a lot of things. They're really driving up, though, the implication, at least this is what I'm getting, that Jonathan Groff, who I love the black hair color. I'm so jealous. I wish I had dyed my hair. Never have. I want to dye it black. Old wishes. Anyway, but they're mixing footage of him and Hugo Weaving. So it's like, are we trying to say maybe this is a new version of the Agent Smith role? Maybe he's a new agent altogether, and they're just kind of like, maybe in theory, he's just, remember, like the agent personas. You know what I mean? Or like that program. I don't know, because I mean, I think back to what I've heard that Hugo Weaving could make because of a scheduling conflict. I'm like, well, if that's true, because I mean, if they make more Matrix movies, which I would probably guess is what's going to happen in sequel land, that's what Hollywood does these days. And by the way, I don't mean that as an insult. I'd love to see the Matrix come back. Hopefully, this does well and provokes more of an interest in that regard. But I don't know. It's like if you're replacing Agent Smith with a new version, it's kind of weird. And then on top of that, you're replacing, on the flip side, it's not really flip side, you're replacing the younger versions. Lawrence Fishburne's getting, in the context of it, maybe, as I understand it, I didn't know this, the Morpheus character in the Lawrence Fishburne form, I guess, he died in the video game that they made. I never played it, so I wouldn't know. It's something I heard in passing, but that Yahya Abdul-Mateen is sort of like a rebooted version. I hope they bring Lawrence Fishburne back eventually. It'd be kind of disrespectful to push him out of the way. Because I'm like, he was a former part of the Trinity. They're still very coy about the details here. I will say, I'm not anticipating they're obviously going to disclose all the information. Leave that to the context of the movie. But there's obviously a lot that they're holding back. I mean, you can just feel it, right? There's a lot of stuff they're not disclosing here. Maybe some subtle hints. They give you enough, though, to remind you again that this is the Matrix story from the real world. Well, the new version. Oh, no. The Matrix side, the new version of that being the brightly lit new chapter that was featured in the end of Revelations. Wasn't that what the third movie was called? I need to remember. I forget. But then you have the real world with the machines and everything else there. It really is that world. I mean, you got the action sequences, the digital overlay. I'm still getting used to the Keanu Reeves hair. But it looks like, in part, he's going to, again, have that bald look. At least he's got a shot here. So, at some point, it's going to look less John Wick. And as much as I love John Wick, I appreciate, again, making these brands distinguish from one another. Because I'm tired of mixing up the characters. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. Again, the overall experience of watching a Matrix movie, that's the primary motivator for me to go watch this in a theater. I would still watch it, on streaming. I'm not suggesting that I wouldn't, but I just want to be able to experience that type of feeling. Because these films are just so much fun. And I'm hoping this new version is good. We'll see. Time will tell. But I have hope it'll be well done and well handled. I mean, you got the original cast in part coming back. I mean, Keanu Reeves, I'm so excited to see again, and Carrie-Anne Moss. I love watching her. I'm looking forward to what I think will be a good movie. But time will tell. We'll see. What are your guys' thoughts of The Matrix Resurrections? Let me know down below. Don't forget all the good stuff. Like, subscribe, to sharing that bell until we get to watch more in the future. I don't know from this movie, maybe more future Matrix chapters. I'm actually going to look at something else kind of Matrix. Well, it's directly related. It's just not this movie, but you'll see in future videos. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love, social, follow, man. God bless, and peace.